Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Hallyujuku, a Strand podcast. No, a K-pop podcast. Well, K-pop, J-pop. We bring things together. Not unlike Norman Reedus's urine. You make poo grenades in that game.
You're giving it away, man. People haven't got there yet. Yeah. It takes a long time to get there.
Until you get to the urine. I'm PD Rave. Here with you to talk about all these things in East Asian pop culture. Just not Kojima games. There's plenty of coverage on those. Here with me is my buddy, my pal, my partner in crime, my right hand man to my left hand side, the Guillermo del Toro to Kojima. I don't know. Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz.
What's up? How it go?
Yeah, it go like this. We're here to talk about East Asian pop culture, talk about things that are happening.
Yeah.
We're gonna start things off like we always do. We talk about what's new, what's caught our attention since we last gathered. It's been from this recording almost in exactly a month, so we kind of had a bit of a way. So we had a few things that caught our attention. So let's catch up. Cass, what's new? What's caught your attention?
The first thing from me is the boys from Monsta X have been putting out some pretty good tracks. This is one of the latest ones they put out called Follow. And it's just I tend to like the more upbeat tracks. I think one of the other ones they put out, Find You, is kind of a more slower song, but sticking to Follow, I really love the kind of just the beat progression and just the song progression, because we always talk about having a hype song that sometimes has too much of a lull in it. But this one I think progresses really well, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, it has a good balance in the hypeness. It's not just hype for hype's sake, but it maintains the energy really well. The vocals are cool. Like the feel of it is really nice. The choreo is really cool. The visuals are straightforward. It's kind of just a box set music video, just performance oriented, which is really nice. Just performance and looks oriented, and which is just straightforward. And I think it works for it. It's a nice.
Yeah. Really good choreo, like you said too. Like, I think the boys on Monsta X, I think I'd have to put them up there as one of the kind of really good dance, like kind of all around groups. Like their dancing's good, their singing, their rapping, and all that is good. And then I think they've just kind of come into their own in the last few years, and we'll talk more about that later.
I think it's working. It has been working out relatively well, aside from a couple of recent hiccups, which we'll get into in the headline segment later on. But overall, I historically enjoyed so much from Monsta X. Moving forward.
So, moving forward is I have a track by ZICO, and I think with ZICO's latest two releases, this one and I forget what the other one is called, ZICO's kind of becoming this really weird hybrid in the styles of his videos, the styles of his songs. He kind of had this moment where he went kind of hard into the rap thing, and then kind of came back around and did the R&B thing. But now he just kind of like seems to go with whatever the sound that he feels at the moment is, and I've enjoyed a lot of it, of kind of his recent releases, just like what he's doing and how it sounds. And even this one, like, I love how it sounds, and then the video is just so drastically different than any of the other ones that he has recently released, because it's animated. So it's just kind of a chameleon in this music thing.
Yeah. He's the video in which he's literally climbing a stairway to heaven. And I'll let you discover. I'll let you all discover what he finds up there. But eventually,
there's some twists and turns in this video.
Yeah,
there's some weirdness happening.
It's like a good.
It's definitely interesting. Yeah.
But not as weird. Not as weird as that. But yeah.
No, but it's the track is called Balloon. You can find it over on One the K if you want to check it out, along with his other release that he's put out, and just search ZICO. He has a lot of good music out right now, and it's definitely interesting and worth a listen. So yeah, that's ZICO. For me, lastly. Bringing it out is a little bit of some SM talent. It's the boys from WayV with their song Love Talk. They also have a couple of new releases out in anticipation for, I think, a new mini that they're doing. So this one's called Love Talk. Of the two that got released over the past couple of weeks, this was the better. But I also still don't enjoy either that much. But I kind of just wanted to, have some diversity in not just having everything that I wanted to praise. I wanted to kind of talk about something that is kind of a miss for me.
Yeah, it's odd, it's odd. It's definitely an attempt at like some like steamy baby making music. I don't know if it has the gravitas for it. But it's not bad, but it's not great. It having all the like having the super cheesy lyrics actually be in a language I understand because it's all in English. It's like, like it's one thing to be able to read subtitles. It's one you can like hear it. It's like, not great. But yeah, I do love that there was people clowning on the fact that that SM will have English subtitles on a fully English release, but not on any of the Korean or Chinese releases. It's like we don't need them here. I'm like, at least not. I understand if you need it for closed captioning, but you got to closed caption all your videos. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. But overall not bad, but it's just not great, like you said. Kind of a disappointment, but we kind of hope for more.
Like it's almost there. It's like there was just you needed to stay in the oven just a little bit longer. It's like when you're baking chicken and you're full confident. You turn the oven off and everything, and you take it out, and you're like, fuck. Just not there. Just missed it. Still 10 more minutes, I would have had it.
Yeah. But yeah, moving forward. What's caught my attention? What's new with me? I will say one thing. What's new with me is that I'm excited about Dreamcatcher coming to America for a tour.
Hell yeah.
They're coming to the US, and I've already purchased my ticket like a crazy person to the Orlando show. Yep. I've asked for the day off at work. I'm going to drive up all the 4-hour drive from Miami to Orlando, and I'm going to go see some Dreamcatcher. I've also gotten the very, very the VIP ticket for the high touch and whatnot. But let's not talk about my expenses. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for this because it's going to be a fun show. The one bummer is that Handong is not going to be participating. She's participating in I-Dle Producer in China, which is kind of like not officially Produce 101 Produce 101 show in China. The one that came out first.
The unofficial, official, not official, but you know what it is anyway.
Yeah. It's like the it came out before the official Chinese version of. I think that's what that one is. It's something like that. But she's going to be participating in that, so she won't be on the show. But all the rest of the girls are going to be there, and I'm excited to go see them perform. It's going to be a fun time. Be able to do all the craziness of a Dreamcatcher show. I might even start a pit. We'll see.
I don't know how that's gonna work for you.
It's just me, a one-man mosh pit at the Dreamcatcher show. All right, let's get in the pit and try to love someone. But that being said, I'll have more. I'll likely even do what I usually do on my own channel. I'll do it for the Hallyujuku channel, which is do the kind of the story stuff and put some videos, some fan cam stuff. Not full songs, but I'll take some clips so everybody can kind of like experience it alongside with me, kind of how I usually do with other shows and stuff. So keep an eye out on Hallyujuku on Instagram. I'll have more stuff, not just that, but more stuff. I have some plans, including like some quick review stuff. So keep an eye on there. But that being said, new music. There's a few songs I had to kind of cut down to a couple of like key tracks just because for specific interesting discussion parts. I-Dle is a group that I've historically enjoyed. In fact, I'm an official Neverland. I think I'll have my memory card, my membership card in my wallet, but have the stuff back there, which I have the unboxing for that package on the channel as well. I-Dle came out with a new song off of so as part of the show Queendom, which involved I-Dle, Mamamoo, Lovelyz, Oh My Girl, AOA, and Park Bom all having a comeback on the same day, seeing who can come out on top. It was Mamamoo, because they sell the most digitally in Korea. That was the obvious one, but still, I-Dle put out a really quality release as their comeback for this that show called Lion, and they officially released like an official music video for it as well. And I really enjoy it. It has a really nice like attitude for it. It has a really nice gravitas. It has a really nice like just like feel to it. The song is really cool. The like performances are done really well. Especially early on, like it opens up really nicely with Minnie kind of like starting things off, and like Soyeon's like beginning part is really nice and intense, and like everybody's vocals are really cool and really nice and fitting, and like I think the hook is really nice. It kind of plays around with they're bringing the crown is officially the move of 2019 in K-pop and other things. The crown, they're doing the crown, or like this. It's like this is officially the move of 2019 is the crown. So I enjoy it on this as well. Even if I've seen quite a bit of that particular move, and a little bit more shuhua, which than we usually get. Yeah, what did you think of Lion?
I like it. The video has some kind of rough edit parts for me, but other than that, I think the song is good. Like you said, I like the vocals, and I think the performance is good. I actually kind of just liked the video in general, except for like kind of the random black and white parts that make me think of fucking 4 Minute Crazy. Yeah, because it just seems out of place. But other than that, I definitely thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff, and more quality stuff from I-Dle, and I'm also looking forward to this weekend Soyeon performing on the once again performing at League of Legends World Championship Finals opening ceremony as part of True Damage. We might end up talking about whatever comes out of that, because I'm looking forward to that. Whatever that is, because it looks like it's a really cool.
Trying to recapture that moment.
Hey, yeah, it looks like it's gonna be fun. But
Hey,
moving on.
let's recapture that moment. Who do
Yeah.
you think Yasuo is going to be? Is it going to be Steve Aoki? It's probably going to be Steve. All right. I
All
think that
right.
might have been rude.
Yeah. Could be. Moving forward, we have the debut of Produce 48 contestant and Zany Bros trainee, Zany Bros ZB Entertainment trainee, Alex Christine, now officially known as Alexa, which is it's a great thing to. I had to mute my Echo Show in anticipation of talking about this because I knew it would cause some nonsense. Alexa debuting with her track "Bomb." It is an interestingly daring kind of track. Like, it's interesting that they went and really cool that they went this much attitude and personality for this debut track. It's very much a performance centric song. She performs the vocals for admirably well, and there's a lot of solid performance there. But this is definitely like it's built around the performance and the choreography and the intense dance moves, and they show well. Like the costumes fit into that well. The visuals of the video fit into it well, and I think overall it's a solid debut. And like the song is cool, and it's kind of like been like kind of the hook has been sticking in my head a little bit, like and I think that's the sure sign. I think overall it's just a solid track for a debut. What do you think?
I think it's a solid track, but I think I will say this to help it. Just listen to the song. The video is too fucking random and makes no sense.
Yeah.
I would have almost rather performed, like, I would have rather preferred just like a very like mixture of performances, like just a different mixture of like, different styled performances. Because like you said, it's very built around the performance, and it's very performative, and it lends itself well to that. Trying to mix in some really weird random story that somebody came up with like the day before, the scouting the hour before, like it just kind of makes it seem lackluster. Like the video kind of does it no favor. To something that's actually relatively pretty good.
I would say there is a performance version of the music video, which I should link. But yeah, it which I think does remedy that a little bit and focuses more on the performance. But I think there's definitely a case for that where like the video is there's no purpose to the video other than visuals. They like I don't know. We just came up with some like cyberpunk stuff. She's a robot.
Yeah,
and the visual of her kind of getting carried as like dead weight was nice. Like the fact that she was able to just be dead weight and just like and be carried like that was cool as a visual. It helps that she's incredibly tiny, but like it worked. But yeah, the performance, either just listening to the song or just watching the performance video might be the way to go going forward. But it's a visual experience at the very least that you should check out. But overall, solid debut for Alexa. Moving forward to another offering from Lim Kim now that she's back. First, I think we've talked about the fact that Lim Kim has been away for a few years and then came back all of a sudden like gnarly and angry and really kind of owning kind of her identity and this like a new personality. Now she's come out with her official like EP or mini album, and it's called Generation. which is really nice. She now has her track from it called Yellow, and it's an experience. She's definitely going for an attitude that I find extremely cool. I think the music, it's really nice. I think the music is nice and it works well. It's not the most like out there song. Well, it's actually pretty out there, but it's not the most revolutionary song. It draws on some interesting elements, and but it's mostly hip hop oriented, and like lyrically, it's not a complex lyrically song, but it goes for a message and an attitude, and it commits to it in a way that I think is just really cool. And the fact that it does it so unapologetically is really cool. And I think just the attitude and the feel of the track and the approach of this whole comeback and this whole thing is really cool. What was your impression?
It kind of reminded me of like a Tiger JK kind of track. But like I don't know, I like weird hip hop like this sometimes, you know, especially like from different places. I just enjoy stuff like this, and it kept me interested. And then visually it kept me interested too, right? Like there's not a lot going on here, but like there's enough that it visually, like, I was kind of locked in while I was listening to it. And like I think that's how you want a video to represent you know, a song. You want it to lock you in visually and auditorily, or I mean not auditorily, fucking audibly. And it did that. It did that really well. Like it grabbed me. In a good way, like in a really good way.
Yeah, and I think that this is really cool. It's definitely like you can see like from this approach to music and this like mentality and this attitude why she felt she needed to just disappear. Like you can tell that maybe like the style and the approach to music that she was in and she was doing like right around the end of her tenure at Mystic just wasn't what she wanted to do. And she's like, once she got out there, she was like, I'm gone. And she just needed to find her what she wanted from music, and now we know. And I'm so much looking forward to what this new approach to music is for her. I'm looking forward to it. So Lim Kim, keep it up, fighting. Yeah. So that brings us to the end of what's new. Now we transition over to the headlines. Strap in your seatbelts, everyone. Let's get down to it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and those beyond the binary, welcome to our headline segment here on Hallyujuku. Let's talk about some topical topics, things going on in the world of East Asian pop culture. There was definitely a big thing, so we're gonna get right down to it with this big headline, this first headline, which is all pertaining to what's been happening throughout this week with Wonho of Monsta X. We talked about it. It's been covered quite a bit all throughout the week. So we can just kind of give a quick recap, but like, it mainly comes down to Jung Da-eun which is a personality that if it has been around and has been connected with somebody like Han So-hee, because of the odd relationship that they have. That might be they might be dating, they might not be dating. Also, Han So-hee may have tricked or forced Jung Da-eun to take some, transition to medication and some hormones, with the idea of transitioning to male. But which is that whole story is a very like hotbed issue where there was a possibility that Jung Da-eun was transitioning to transitioning, but then she was not. That's why right now I'm saying she, because at the end Jung Da-eun said no, I'm female, and then the she pronouns. So that's what they're saying. We'll go with that going forward. Just like in the article on Asian Junkie, they pointed out. Well, not this article, but in a previous article, because that's the information we were given by the person. But that is a whole bag of beans. That is the whole thing. But that person, Jung Da-eun, was connected with Wonho during Wonho's pre-debut days. When he was an Uljang, or kind of just a face for kind of media, kind of an influencer. Kind of want to say that like visual influencer back in the day, just like a model and whatnot. So there was some accusations for money that he owed Jung Da-eun. There was some accusations back and forth. Then Starship Entertainment announced that Wonho was leaving Monsta X. That turned into a whole ordeal. Then there was information on possibility of Wonho having used marijuana in 2013 and other things. And then there was other things brought up by Han So-hee and Jung Da-eun, by extension, about his past and some kind of like some criminal behavior and kind of like being in and out of juvie, which is it's been a whole roller coaster all throughout the week with Wonho, and of course the fans have been trying to kind of been doing campaign after campaign to hopefully get Wonho back into Monsta X.
So mostly fans from other regions, which have then pulled Korean fans into that as well, because these kind of allegations in general for most fandoms outside of Korea are like,
or outside of Asia,
okay end. Yeah, or outside of Asia are just kind of an okay end.
He smoked weed when he was smoked weed in high school. Like, so did my friend Fred. Like, so did I. Yeah. Some of them will be like, so did I. What the fuck? Like, even in places where it's illegal here, we'd be like, it's illegal, but I mean, like it was 2013.
He's not moving weight across the border. Like, we don't give a fuck. And like people would like, so it's just kind of been this weird cultural misunderstanding, I guess I would call it, as to why it's such why it's such a big deal, why any of it is such a big deal. And it's kind of the problem with having these groups push more internationally, is people are only going to understand things from the perspective of their region and how things work for them. So it's hard, and a lot of I've seen I would predominantly say probably mostly American and South American fans who are just kind of very confused about him leaving the group altogether, and kind of mostly that part of it, and not being given a chance at forgiveness, or just not having just some and it's not that people don't understand that it's a bad thing, because I think we kind of joked about that, but I think it's more people alluding to the fact that it just is hard stop out rather than some kind of disciplinary action. And
it's important to like understand it relative, and it is not to conflate two countries, but to understand it relative to another culture that is connected. But if you think about how Japan reacts to drug use allegations, I think the biggest example, and we're talking about weed versus cocaine, but I think weed has a similar thing. But the actor for the Yakuza game that was and I'm pulling up the Polygon article right now. Pierre Taki, when he was arrested on suspicion of cocaine use, think about what happened with him, which is he became persona non grata, and everything that he ever touched disappeared off of shelves, disappeared from existence, was taken off, was made to not in. He got the Chris Benoit treatment off some cocaine, and even that is like, but you think of it relative to something like that, where you think it's a similar culture, a similar attitude towards drugs, and then you realize, okay, this is, if you want to kind of think it relative to us, you think, wow, that's harsh, but then you kind of realize, okay, they're not deleting the music video for Follow to reshoot it without him in it, or with him like blurred out or something like that. They're not doing that. So you kind of have to understand it from a culture standpoint of like why it happened. Now, that being said, I think the other so there's the cultural misunderstanding. The other aspect is like, the like, wondering why you can't have grown since you did something 6 years ago, especially something like that, which I could definitely understand the attitude of that, and wondering why something that this happened that long ago, and it was a relatively minor thing, and harmless thing, and how this is going to affect him now. But and you can kind of see where like the pushback has been, and the heartbreak has been for a lot of Mon Bebe. Like what has been your impression on watching, like the reaction to this, and just this, like, what has been your impression on the reaction to this, like looking at that misunderstanding? What do you think it might be like?
I think I initially, as I kind of sat down and read the articles, I think I initially kind of took the same response that most people did on Twitter, which is I was like, cool, fucking Starship pays back the so-called debt, and he chills for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he kind of lays low for a little bit, and then And then and then that's it, But I think in the I don't know. I think as I thought about it in the little bit that I do understand Korean culture and all that stuff, owing someone money is also a really big thing.
Yeah.
And not paying your debts is a really big thing in Korean culture. And then just I think we've talked about it at nauseum too about drug perception and culture in Korea. It's just a no. It's just a hard no.
At least publicly by the adults. I mean, there's still plenty of it being done, but yeah.
So it's hard because I feel like in the end of all things, I look at it and I compare it to some of the things like stars here in our country have done and come back from I was somebody kind of made the biggest comparison on Twitter, mostly because it was just in the kind of already being talked about with something else, but like Robert Downey Jr. is a dude who's been to jail, had like copious amounts of DUIs and alcoholisms, and is one of the biggest stars for Disney, which is very well known for canceling people for any number of even smaller infractions, and was given not even just a second, but third, fourth, and fifth chance in his careers over time, and it's just like for something that just seems so minor, it's like it doesn't even seem like it values being needed to give a second chance, because these are also things that happened time ago, and it's so dumb that something like that has to haunt somebody who definitely is probably not the same person.
Yeah. It is also like, it's also the big thing about this is how much of this is being masterminded by Hansa. Who that name is also, she's the person that was connected to Top in his issues a while back before he went into the military. She's been at the center of so much of this drama stuff, which is she loves the drama. She lives for this drama. She lives for this mess. She lives for bringing this happening, which you can appreciate that, except for the fact that she's also a TERF, so she can fuck off. Those big issues on top of all that. She's also a TERF, and we don't worship TERFs in this household. She's been the mastermind out behind this whole thing, and I wonder how much, not to speculate about all this stuff, but how much Jung Daun really is into this, this 26 grand that she may have been owed by Wonho, and how much of it is, somebody in her ear, in their ear.
The last thing I will say is, as cute and lovely as the internet has been, I do love the conspiracy theory who are just being fucking masterminded by the fucking army, because we come in for their heels.
It's like, come on, can't let nobody ride your coattails, can you? Sheesh. You got those long ass coattails just roll, sliding on by. Nobody can. You're not gonna let anybody ride them. Sheesh.
Oh man, but yeah, there were the one or two who did have the conspiracy theory to blame the army, and I'm just like, oh, you guys are so cute.
Yeah. But it's ridiculous. I think It is fascinating and kind of crazy to kind of like look at all that. It's hard to speculate. It's possible to speculate what will happen going forward. You doubt that they're going to reverse course and suddenly sign him back to the company, because that would be admitting you did something wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not going to happen.
Just put a different jersey on him and put him back out there. It's what high school football teams do.
Yeah. Yeah, never know. Just put a mustache on him, like they'll walk some sunglasses and a mustache, like just
newest member of Monsta X. Like, oh, what?
it's like it's so fascinating stuff. But all the best of luck to Monsta X, going forward. There's it's going to be interesting to kind of an adjustment, but they are all talented, and hopefully this does not affect their success going forward. But moving on to a different hot mess, which is the whole MNet backlash of basically produce series and other shows. The whole scandal is happening with the more and more things happening with the rigging and fixing those shows. Now we have the fact that their PD, the producer, An Jun-young, has been arrested for because he reportedly tried to destroy evidence, took bribes. They also had, I think supposedly an arrest warrant for for Starship's vice president. He supposedly, allegedly admitted to manipulating the PDX 101 and PD40 Produce 48 charts. In very obvious ways. That's what got them in trouble in the first place. There's also MNet executives that are reportedly being investigated in connection to all this, and this whole thing ratcheted up to a different level, which is, I think, fascinating to me, because like I expressed, to me, the idea that these shows were rigged was like, okay, sure, they are. But the fact that they did it so obviously, and now it's been taken this seriously, it's fascinating. I almost wonder if maybe nobody should let them know about professional wrestling, because man, they're gonna really take that hard.
I think it's kind of more of a I really can't kind of pinpoint it. It is almost a dramatization of itself in a sense. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like this is a K drama happening in real life, as opposed to it being real life. You know what I mean? I'm looking at these things and reading these things, and I'm like, who wrote this script? Because it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's fascinating to kind of see how this unraveled. And it almost feels like the biggest problem was that they tried to run a racket. Instead of just trying to do wrestling. Like, if they had just done, and I've been thinking about it, like, if they had just all right, okay, they've gone to this meeting with these agencies of these other ones and gone okay, all right, good to meet you, bangamsamnida. So we've got this idea for a show. We're gonna have this show kind of like an audition program to build up the hype for this new group that we're gonna debut in collaboration with a few agencies that we're working with. We're working with some pretty big agencies and some smaller agencies, but we have some talent in mind. And we're we have some talent in mind, and we might add some more while the show goes on based on reaction. But we kind of have who we want for the final product, but we kind of want to build hype with a really fun show. Kind of lets everyone be engaged. So, but for this, we need some enhancement talent. We want to kind of build out the show, have more people, make it a bigger show. So we would like your trainees to come on, kind of be that enhancement talent, be able to show some of their own talent, but mostly be there to kind of be a support and ultimately for the show to make to build the star of these few artists. We're gonna go ahead and we understand that this sounds a little bit, very this sounds, heavy duty, but like we're gonna go ahead and compensate your trainees. We're gonna pay them for the time. We're gonna cover room and board, things like that. You'll get your cut. But and they'll be able to showcase some of what they do. We'll have your name right under their name, kind of showcase, such as their entertainment. So, what do you say? We'll all work together. We'll all make some money. We'll all showcase our talented artists. Like, I don't know. I feel like that pitch would have gone over well with a lot of agencies. Like, and then it could have just been. It could have just been wrestling. It could have just been It could have just been wrestling. Like, and I think the biggest problem was when they were screwing over the enhancement talent. Like, you don't screw over the enhancement talent. You treat them well. They're doing the hard work. They're doing the job. You got to treat your jobbers well. They have the hardest.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you, right? I think if it was presented and designed, and you didn't just full on manipulate everyone, you might be better off. But like, I think because of the fact that they did just straight out just manipulate everyone around them, and then probably because they profited off of it, is also one of the big issues. And I don't know. I just find it wholly ridiculous, and like the whole bribery and destroying evidence, like because when I read that part, I'm like, what evidence was there to destroy? This is like. Did they write down, hey, we're gonna rob everyone by only picking the people we want, like on a paper? Was that just written down on a paper somewhere?
It's like, apparently it's like the original real results, or like real voting results, or like unaltered. It's like, okay, but I don't know. I can definitely see how it's the biggest issue. Their hubris was their downfall. I think it was ultimately hubris was their downfall. There's also things about other shows on MNet distancing themselves from this stuff, and it's fun. The unfortunate side effect is it is affecting the performers that came out of this. IZ*ONE has already had their comeback completely postponed, which is unfortunate because they're not like their suffering because of this is just unnecessary. Because what did they do? They happen to be the artists that they happen to be the Roman Reigns of this situation. They happen to be the ones that they wanted to push. I'm like, I get that you might be mad at the whole situation, but the fact that this is going to affect these young ladies that have still put in the work and put in the time, and it's kind of a bummer.
All right. I think from sadness and scandal, we go to maybe a little bit of uplifting news
and hilarious pettiness, but mostly uplifting news. CL is free at last. Free at last, free at last. God's almighty, she's free at last. CL confirmed to leave YG Entertainment. She has parted ways with IG Entertainment. The agency released the following statement on November 8th. Hello, this is YG Entertainment. Respecting each other's opinions, we came to an agreement with CL to end her exclusive contract. We express deep gratitude to the fans who have shown for CL, who shined with her activities as an artist of YG. At YG, CL debuted with 21 in 2009, and while promoting as a leader and rapper, she led trends in various areas, including music and fashion. She also left a major mark in the history of K-pop when she became the first Korean solo female artist to chart in the Billboard Hot 100 on October 12, 2015. We asked for lots of interest and support for CL's new activities, and YG will also cheer her on with unchanging trust and affection. Thank you. Yes, unchanging trust and affection, which is why they deleted all her shit from the internet. They deleted her YouTube and her Facebook. Like, come on.
I mean, well, okay. Devil's advocate, right? Maybe they deleted it so that they could switch user and then she can reactivate it. Maybe. I don't know, but I don't think that's what they did. No, it just sounds like
they just
petty boy bullshit. Yeah. They're reaching at straws for hope, and it ain't coming. It is not coming. That ship is going.
Why'd you still mad that even though he made her his favorite, she wouldn't fall in love with him?
Well, I just mean the company as a whole is just that's a sinking ship.
Yeah, that's true. Before you tell me that YG isn't running things, ask yourself, really, is he not running things?
You've seen mob movies. Stop. But yeah. In the lighter part of this news, I am excited for CL. I can't wait to see what she is going to be able to get to do.
Like maybe actually release music.
Yeah, definitely get to release music because the other girls have started to release music and do other things. So it would definitely be great to see CL get to do that too, and see her get to be the bad bitch that we all know she is, and yes. Not just hanging out at fashion shows and actually doing the thing that we want her to do.
Yes, which is even, and I would say even if I don't love all the songs, whenever when she was actually doing things, I was still happy and excited for everything that she was doing because she wanted, she was making music. And I just want to see more from her. I want to see more from all of them because we had the I'm a blackjack through and through. Like we had the original kind of bit where I was the Sohan and you were the blackjack, but 21 were like right up there as one of my favorite groups. Like I love them. I want to see them all do well. Like seeing.
And that was such a good time just in general, right? Because they were both putting out bangers after bangers after bangers. So it was just a good time to be had by everyone.
Yeah. So seeing this and seeing Bomb on Queendom was really nice. Hopefully things work out better for Minzy, and hopefully Dara can escape too. I don't know what she's got going on at YG, but
gotta send her a life jacket.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. All the best to CL. Wish you all the best. We love you. But yeah, that brings us to the end of another fantastic episode of Hallyujuku.
Yes.
Kaz, what's going on in your world? What's going
on? Slow moving, fast pacing, trying to just keep things straight. Check out Sports Odds and Ends. There probably is an episode at some point. I forgot to send the audio to DJM, but it got there. See, at some point it got there. But yeah, so check out Sports Odds and Ends. Also, DKG Welp, because we got cool things coming, some new merch stuff, sticker packs for the Patreon and all that kind of stuff. But that's stuff to come later. But Definitely. Just keep your eye out on those things because we're trying, we're growing, we're moving, we're shaking, trying to do big things.
Yeah. Keep an eye out on those things. Of course, he's at King Kez. Keep an eye on all those sports odds and ends. DKJ Welp. Keep an eye on Hallyujuku. The Instagram. So I'd been meaning to get back to it, but it's been a little bit of a hectic week. And I've been busy. I've been working full time. But I'm gonna do more for the Instagram. I might be doing like quick hit reviews maybe on there and things like that. We'll try to I'll try to do more memes. Gotta bring the dank memes. But I'll do like quick hit reviews and quick videos and things like that. Kaz might do some stuff there. Not to put the words in his mouth, but we'll try to figure out what we'll do in that content. But like do like quick hit reviews maybe for songs or things that might not fit into the show. So keep an eye on there on Hallyujuku. I'm PD Rave. The show's Hallyujuku there in all places. Hallyujuku.com, kpoppodcast.com, or jpoppodcast.com. It also works because I have both. Rebelli.net for this and other shows. Rebelli TV on YouTube. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Well, didn't I tell you? Don't you know?
Spotify. Everywhere, Pocket Cast, all the places, wherever you find podcasts, subscribe, like, share, do all the things. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Give it to me straight, Doctor.
Annyeong. Fighting.
Give it to me straight, Doctor. Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.